live, ladies and gentlemen. And Stephen A. Smith is trying to justify his recent behaviors. And he ran into, not me, I didn't say a word. It was Faison Love and Willie D. Everybody else has really said some things. I've been going around doing my holiday thing, so I really hadn't sat down and spoke on what happens, but it's the same old shtick, right? With Stephen A. Smith. He always denigrates himself to serving a master, and he claims he's doing it for us. Let's get to it. Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Woo! Stephen A. Smith. This boy can't get it right. He goes out and bashes BET for allowing O.J. Simpson to be honored during the BET Awards. Now, Stephen A. Smith, who doesn't watch the BET Awards, why did you choose that topic to go to? But anyway, he does what he does to get the attention of black people and get the R of how dare you, so that they could create the controversy to speak on it. Then he'll make a reply video. It's all for clicks and views to make him hot. I figured out his moves and watched him since he's been doing this show. Whenever his numbers get low, he looked for something that would piss off black folks, and he could say it and then act like he's the victim in the situation and he's being attacked. So let's kind of listen in to what he was saying. I'm going to turn the speed up some because y'all talk about I talk slow. You should listen to him.
At him for some time.
Now,
where the stooge comes from?
For Willie D, because Willie D has been getting at him for some time. But let's check out what he had to say about Willie D, and then we'll come right back.
Where the monkey come from? Where the stooge comes from? Bro, I've been on national TV fighting on behalf of black people for over 25 years. You can chirp and talk all you want to. I got clips. I got evidence. When you sit up there and you look at my career and the black folks that I've extended a helping hand to and what I do for our community, what I strive to do for our community, how I always try to watch our backs. To say something like that about me? Bro, I'll never talk to you in life, and you don't ever have to talk to me. But I will tell you this, if you disagree.
Why do you have this energy? And it seems to be like with multiple black men. You don't see that there might be a problem with you. If multiple black men keep coming after you, if multiple black women keep approaching you on your own program, Stephen A., if all of these people of color that is the same color as you keep coming after you, why do you think all of them have the problem? It hasn't even thought about maybe your line of thinking is wrong. Or maybe you're not on the same wavelength you need to be on. You ever thought about that maybe you're wrong? Now, this man keep talking about what he's done for black people and all the stuff, the fighting he's done for black people. If you are fighting for black people, please stop. Nobody black has put you in charge to go out and represent us in no battle. Please stop. Just stop. We don't need no more assistance from Stephen A. Smith. Okay, thank you. Take a lap, hit the showers. No one needs you. We have not asked for your assistance. And the type of help that you bringing, I don't think they want. I've never met any black athlete on the show say, man, If it wasn't for you, ever. So my thing is, you are definitely somebody whose credibility has been on the line forever. You put out a book full of lies. Your whole track record seems like a lie. Everything about you don't go along with what we are. You go and make a career of yourself putting down African American people or trying to be the boss of them. But I'm getting too far ahead. Let's let them go and talk. And then
all you had to do was call me. I'd have came on your show. And we would have had a discussion. And I'd have put my facts up against yours, and then boom, we would have reached whatever conclusion we reached. You didn't have to go here. But you see, that's what a lot of people are doing these days. Everybody else disagree with each other. It's Jewish folks disagreeing about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, disagreeing amongst themselves. It's other folks disagreeing with stuff like that. It's white folks disagreeing with stuff like that. It's Latinos and others disagreeing with borders and all of this other stuff. We got an election coming up where there's a clear divide amongst the left and the right and all of this other stuff. The only people that call one another out our names, that denigrates in such excessive fashion where you don't even feel the need to have a conversation is us.
Wrong. Another lie. We are not the ones that denigrate each other more than any race in the world. You just haven't been around the world and talked to people, Stephen A. White people denigrate white people all the goddamn time. All the time. What color is Joe Biden? He's white, isn't he? What color is Donald Trump? He's white. Who gets denigrated? You think they've been denigrating each other for many years? White folks love to denigrate other white folks. The world is a lot bigger than what you think it is, Stephen A. You just want to focus on black people. Mexican people, they love to denigrate against other Mexican people and other Hispanics. You put a Mexican in there, somebody from Argentina, they can't stand each other. They gonna denigrate each other down. Venezuelan people, they denigrate other Venezuelans like you've never seen before in life. So I'm gonna tell you like this: who denigrates Dominican people more than Dominican people? Nobody. So, Stephen A., the often critic of the other person is always their race. That's normally how it goes. They're going to do it the most. But you try to make it look like it's always us. We are always the problem, Stephen A. No, it's people like you who are divisive. The parasite. You're the problem. You've been the problem. You've never stopped being a problem. And that's a problem. Your thing has gotten old. People are tired of you. They've grown so tired of how you move about. It has become disgraceful and it's embarrassing for the large majority of the people of this world. They're embarrassed of you. Now, when you did this in the past, it was masked by your coverage of sports and everything else. You would get off subject and make people see another side. But now that you're on YouTube, you need the attention because now you're jumping in an arena where everybody has an established audience. And now you're spending all your money to get the views. You're on iHeartRadio, you got a staff, you're putting millions of dollars into your set because you realize, as ESPN has been showing you, it's like, this all we're going to give you, boy. take it and get back into the office, or you up out of here. And you like, I'm bigger than that. I'm the New York Times selling artist. I have the #1 show for 13 years. That stuff don't work on us. We already know you try to play off people's ignorance. You're not responsible for First Take being #1 for 13 years. Sorry, you're not. ESPN has outlets. They have the most outlets of anybody in the game for sports. So they're going to be #1 with or without you. Shannon Sharp and Undisputed was whooping y'all asses in the ratings per outlet. I know that. And y'all torpedoed that show by taking Shannon Sharp away and putting him over there with you. You already see the numbers. They're doubled. They don't need you. Yeah, he on that Ozempic workout. Stephen Ellie, that's why he's trying to get into his more audition for movie roles. Plus his health was bad. The doctors told him, you got to start working out. You at a risk of a heart attack and everything else. So that's why he started working out. He was doing those slow punches and all that. And he started to get himself in shape. This is why he wasn't being offered movie roles and things like that. And when you have an agent like he has, who's down the street from me, by the way, went to Glenbrook South, that's the guy who hired him at ESPN. That's the guy who's now hired him at WME. So that guy whose family lived like 10, 15 minutes from here. I was on the naval base. They was in a little house around the corner. And since he's much older than me, his family members all went to GBS. So we knew them a lot. His sister is still in the area. And he runs his show just like ESPN, except for it's just him. This is why it's hard for him to have a guest, because there's not enough room in there for him and his ego. So let him continue.
I wish you well, bro. I truly, truly do. You do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. I meant every word that I said about OJ. He ain't want shit to do with us. We should not have wanted anything to do with him for that BET Awards. That doesn't take away from the great work Scott Mills and Connie Orlando and BET have been doing for years. I disagree with that decision. That's all. It doesn't excoriate them. It doesn't denigrate them. I disagree with that decision. Anybody that disagrees with my decision, I respect it. I ain't hurt by that. I respect it. I understand it. I'll listen to the content of what people who are worthy of being listened to have to say, and I'll take it with the seriousness it deserves and see what points they have and what points they don't. What I'm not going to do is waste my time beyond this point listening to two cats that disagreed with me and decided to attack me as a man and as a black man over O.J. Simpson.
It's not over O.J. Simpson. See, it's the overall effect. You've been doing this enough that this is just the last straw. It's not really about O.J. Simpson. It's about your behavior. It's your patterns of behavior that has made it egregious for people to even tolerate you. You make it hard. So the fact that you make it hard for people to tolerate you, you have put yourself in a position or a box where nobody wants to deal with your ass. You make it hard for people to accept you. And because you put yourself in that envelope, now you're forced to be dealt with in the harshest matters in every circle. There's a lot of people that don't deal with you. They don't. It's a lot of black athletes that don't deal with you. But notice, all your harsh criticism, Mr. Straight Shooter, seems to be targeted only towards African Americans. We never see you have any harsh criticism against white athletes. Why is that? If you're calling it down the middle, JJ Redick was accused of using the N-word. Other people that had known him around him is making these accusations. That's not news. It was on Fox. They spoke about it. Right? So he never. Oh, I was in Elk Grove yesterday, I think. Yep, right around the corner. So my thing is, you ain't had nothing to say about that man, JJ Redick, who made you look like a boy on your own show countless times. He let you know, I don't care about your show. I'm white, you black. And I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm not going to bow down to you on your show. And you never made him feel like he had to. But Ryan Clark and everybody else, they got to kiss your boot. They should be thanking you. Ryan Clark, Jay Williams, y'all should be thanking me. They got to kiss up to you. But a white man just walk on the show, no experience at all, and just start tearing you apart on your show and talk to you like you're just ignorant. And all you do is get mad and go in your trailer, but you can't say nothing back to them. Pat McAfee did everything I said was going to happen, didn't it? I called it before he got there. I called it the day he got the contract, and I laughed at you. Because I was like, you don't see it coming. And then when you saw it coming, you went to rush to panic to get that show up and running. It ain't even been a year, buddy. What happened to No Mercy? You didn't turn the show around. What happened to Stephen A's World? What happened to all these other shows you had that failed because of you? People just don't like you. That's why it failed. Because of you. He said, but he was okay with Sexy Red, but OJ is the one he had problem with. Make it make sense. Mad Dog Russo made you do push-ups, making you sit in the corner while he scolds you like a child. Have you thought about the optics of what that looks like to a black man watching you do that on national television when you're supposed to be the executive producer of the show? What does that look like for other black men coming up? How are we supposed to respect you? We want that guy fighting for us? No, that's not fighting for us. That kind of fighting never done us any good. No. Willie D is Willie D. You've been showing and proving to black folks that you're not like us forever. And the fact that what we chose to do right? What we chose to do is move away from people like you. We point out what you are and we keep it moving. See, this is the internet world. You then stepped away from the media light and got to the internet. Now you in here with the dinner thieves, right? And the wolves. You got to survive here and you ain't gonna make it. Because here, all the people who have an opinion, oh, we gonna talk. And we gonna go against your opinion. We gonna tell you what we think. Whether you like it or not. That's just the way it is, Stephen A. So you gonna have to eat it. And if you ain't got thick skin, buddy, then don't get in the ring. That's just the nature of this. So were they wrong for what they said? I don't think so.
Over O.J. Simpson.
Well, Willie D heard that response, and he decided to respond. And Willie D, you know how Willie D is. So Willie D decided to get at Stephen A. Smith by saying this.
How we got on you and called you a company man, which you are. And so you decide, well, Willie D, you out there in Hollywood, you make movies, who you getting, who paying you? Who paying you? You're on YouTube and who paying you? Homeboy, first and foremost, YouTube is just one of the things that I do. YouTube ain't even, first of all, YouTube ain't even close to my main source of income. And I make a lot of money on YouTube, but it ain't even close, okay? I got several streams of income. So you said that you can name them, right? So name them. I'd like to know where you're getting this information from. So go out there and name my streams. Tell the world where I get my money from. I need to know that. And saying one or two things ain't that ain't enough. Because you can kind of watch me move around and watch what I post online, and you can tell, okay, you must be making some money over there. You must be getting some money right there. Now, name every single source of income that I have. And then I'll say, okay, hats off. But other than that, you just running your mouth, homie. You don't know jack. You just talking, acting tough like you normally do. When you gonna speak up, since you riding for the black community? When you gonna speak up and say something about Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, who was at that school leading a protest against black kids entering the school simply to get an education? Oh, that's my bad. You said something about it. You said that Jerry Jones was your friend, and that was a long time ago. That's what you said. What do you say about JJ Redick? Come on, Tiki, what ticket at? What do you say about JJ Redick? JJ Redick been accused of using the N-word by not one black woman, but more. Like, he ain't said nothing about that. JJ Redick has elevated to superstar status now because he's the coach for the Lakers. You gonna say nothing about that? Of course you're not, because Master said that ain't on the agenda. You can't talk about that. Stop fronting. You can't talk about it, because Master told you to not talk about it. And what about when Ray Rice, I believe was the name of the football player, got caught up in the domestic violence, and you chose to say that, paraphrasing, in so many words, you said that women, need to be careful about triggering men. Got yourself in a bind. And what happened? You got suspended. Your boss is suspending you. What? Let you tell it. You got your own perspectives. Let you tell it. You got your own beliefs. Let you tell it. You say what you want, when you want, how you want. Well, which one is it?
And we all know, Stephen A. Smith, he says a lot of controversial stuff. He claims that he's been, fighting for.
Now, which one is it is a very key thing right there. That was very key. And the reason why that was very key is we always wanted to make sure that people understood when we talk about Stephen A. Smith, what exactly it is. He brought up those points. He's always quiet when it comes to white people doing crimes, white people doing things that are just unnatural. When it's an anomaly when white people do something, but when black people do something, oh, we got to do a whole show on it. When Josh Giddey was chasing kitties, posting up with a 17-year-old girl on IG and everything, and they was trying to make excuses for him. Oh, well, you know, he from Australia. 17 is the legal age over there. The NBA is in the United States. These optics don't look good with these images that they're posting. Now, when she posts, I'm in a relationship, they didn't think nothing of it. But now they do. And now that they think something of it, it became even more of a problem. Nah, don't everybody get it at once. That's not how it went down. How it went down was even more creepy. With all the text, they had to go and delete and destroy. That the NBA, all of a sudden, the investigation was, we couldn't find no evidence. You weren't looking. It was so much evidence. Water in my grass. It was so much evidence compiled that IG had it all. They had the friend who she was DMing. Like, look, she DM'd me. So I'm like, what more do you want? What more evidence did you need to get Josh Giddey? What more evidence that you need than what you already had? Didn't seem like it. Something that you needed to protect yourself from. It looked like it was exemplary. People knew. And as long as people knew, everything was all right. Absolutely. So now, Josh Giddey gets in all this trouble. Malika Andrews can't open her mouth. Now her mouth is super glued. She gets chewed out. So she comes up with like 30 seconds of information. And then everybody in the free world is wondering, why y'all ain't talking about Josh Giddey? So they come up with an idea, a genius plan. Somebody said, well, tell them there's an ongoing investigation. That's it. Ongoing investigation. Can't talk about it. It's ongoing investigation, people. We got to be careful. No one's trying to avoid this. It's not because he's white. It's an ongoing investigation. Stephen A. did a whole special. And then the very next morning, right before they walked into the ESPN offices, police was arresting not only somebody that they knew was very popular football player, Von Miller, for alleged domestic event with his pregnant girlfriend slash fiance, saying all these outrageous things about him. And they walked into the office and said, we're leading off with this. And you're like, mouth dropped, because you just told America it's an ongoing investigation. You don't have all the facts. So now, y'all trying to think of how y'all gonna do this. Y'all did a whole 45-minute segment on Von Miller and spent less than 30 seconds talking about Josh Giddey. Make it make sense. You thought you was getting away with it. You should have seen the look on their face when they was talking about the I know this is an ongoing thing and we don't have all the facts, but they went and did a whole round table. Everybody took a shot and had to talk about the incident that they had no information on. They all led off with the same thing. I know this is something that just happened and we really don't have all the facts, but you should never put your hands on a woman. And that's just it. No woman should be touched. And this is just what we mean, about, I'm like, you're going to do a whole segment over something you have no information on. Then come to find out, the lady said they blew all of this out of proportion. Meanwhile, no one's going to hear what she said after the fact. They're only going to hear about what they saw on ESPN when it was shoveled down the throats of millions of people. You have affected a lot of black men's contracts within the professional sports, Stephen A. That's just the truth. You keep talking about somebody's lazy. Oh, he's lazy. He doesn't want to go and do this and that. And denigrate him on the show, but then you want to apologize on your internet show. That don't hold weight. Don't go on Joe Blow podcast talking about, I apologize. No. You disrespected that man in front of millions on your platform. You apologize to him on said platform. Then you might get a little respect back. But you don't do that. You did that to Kevin Durant's mama. Then you went right back to attacking him again. After promising her, you wouldn't do that. You talked about Russell Westbrook like he was the scum of the earth. You talked about Kyrie Irving. Who didn't commit a crime, didn't do anything illegal. But talking about he should retire. So when black people look at you, we take one look at you and we see the black guy who's the megaphone for white folks. That's what we see. Well, they haven't really had a show since Ryan Garcia, but he just really did his thing on there. Somebody else was saying like, oh, well, this is the guy that that we know of the most. Like, this is the situation we know of the most. So we're just going by what we know. That's what they try to portray to us. Like it's the end all be all of everything we believe in. He's one of those black folks that you don't want to do anything for you. You don't want Stephen A to do. If you're black, you don't want Stephen A's type of help. Stephen A is the kind of guy that do something for you and then want to hold it over your head for the rest of your life. Those are the black folks you don't want doing something for you. So all of his, I've been doing this for black folks and all this I've done for black folks, we don't ask for your assistance. You're the type of black person we don't want in our circles. Not at all.
The brown boys.
No one's asked them for any assistance. I don't remember nobody asking him for any help. Alan says Stephen A is an entertainer. His sports takes are so bad, he never knows what he's talking about. Agreed. But they put these guys on the television screen, and this is why. This was the most egregious.
That I figured out that I think will work for anybody in the world of corporate America and beyond. I wake up every day with two missions in mind. How do I make my bosses more money, and how do I get some of it? That I think will work for anybody in the world of corporate America and beyond. I wake up every day with two missions in mind. How do I make my bosses more money, and how do I get some of it? Very America and beyond. I wake up every day with two missions in mind. How do I make my bosses more money, and how do I get some of it? I wake up every day with two missions in mind. How do I make my bosses more money, and how do I get some of it? Very simple.
You will never be respected in life with that type of mentality. If that wasn't the most boy moment I've ever seen in my life, that is an embarrassment. Too much for me to sit here and regurgitate all of it. Right now, my money is putting black women through college, black kids through trade schools. Probably 10,000 black kids in Indiana, 10,000 or more black kids in the city of Chicago. They go to school all equipped, new protractors, book bags, all supplies, books paid for by me. That's just by my donations alone. Now, there are other people in these groups. You saw us promote the Saginaw STEM. You saw us promote all of these different charitable events that you see that I'm a part of, and I'm hands-on. Yes, I'm in the Golden Women Foundation. They help black women go out and get the LA Sparks are one of our partners too. the Golden Women Foundation. So we just don't help men. We also help women too. Well, see, I get something better than that. I get to know exactly what's happening with the people. I get to see them walk across the stage and graduate. I helped put a black woman a black kid through medical school. They were writing me letters, thanking me for my donations to helping them go there. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. When you look at different people and they have such a warped sense of appreciation for what it is that they do in this world, mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope all is well. In 2021, I won the Golden Women Scholarship. And after my first year, I sent the email of my progress. I know how much time has passed, but I've just defended my capstone. And in a few short weeks, I'll be graduating with dual degrees. I got a master of social work and a master of public health. My classmate, Leah Burgess, another Golden Women recipient, will also be graduating. She's also a dual degree and will be receiving a master's of social work and master of divinity. Today, we spoke about sending you a picture from our graduation ceremony with our final update and a message of gratitude and support for leaving and invested in our academic pursuits and goals. If anyone from the foundation can travel out to the Mecca, we would truly love for you to attend our ceremony with the School of Social Work. Since my last update, I became a Kennedy Craig EMURG Health Equity Fellow. As a fellow, I am placed as a SAMHSA within the Office of Behavioral Health Equity. I also defended my capstone this past week for public health, which focuses on African American veteran literacy and health literacy. Lately, last year, I was elected to serve as a graduate student council president, a prestigious position on campus for which I am proud of. My colleague, Leah, was also elected as the Howard School of Divinity Students Government President. Thank you again for all your support and continued support of so many current and future trailblazers. Thank you for believing in me. Kindness regards, Jennifer Early. BA, Africana Studies, Graduate Student Council President, Master of Social Work, Public Health, Howard University. Graduate Student Council. Now, these are one of the emails I get, okay? So just to let it be known, I don't be capping. We actually do the work out here. We actually help people. We don't just use this revenue that we got just to go buy some diamonds. I'm not dripped in gold. I'm actually about goals and trying to help people achieve their better selves. When we go on the Patreon, it feels good that people take the business information we give over there and they put it and apply it. So a lot of people who was like, man, I was on your Patreon, man, and when you said this about this, I actually went and researched it and I got started. That motivates me more than anything. That gets me inspired because it makes me feel like, okay, good, somebody's getting it. These other clowns like academics, it's all about how much money they get. So they can get some IG models. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Kevin Porter Jr. had a bad history with anger problems, trying to run a girlfriend off the road before. And it was his past history that knew that something happened in this event, and the woman was doing her best because she's a WNBA woman who Jaylen Brown was just with, and I think he probably just got rid of her. Well, a lot of people say she's a problem. And they both were problematic. She was on the Chicago Sky, and they probably sent her back down. I think they just sent her back down to development because she's just not good enough. Now you're looking at all of these different people who don't have a skill set, who has no clue about what they're doing. And they're stuck in a situation where these situations, they kind of go in different directions. Yeah. But it's crazy dangerous for somebody like Stephen A. Smith to be giving that kind of advice to black folks. And I want y'all to see something dumb. Look at the way this guy rocks his head when he's saying it. Look how his head rocked. Like he's so happy. Like he's saying something that's super smart. Listen to him.
Of corporate America and beyond. I wake up every day with two missions in mind. How do I make my bosses more money? And how do I get some of it? Very, very simple. Why?
She looked at him like, does this damn idiot know what the hell he talk about?
Bosses more money. And how do I get some of it? Work for anybody in the world of corporate America and beyond. I wake up every day with two missions in mind. How do I make my bosses more money? And how do I get some of it?
That is the most coonish thing I've ever heard in my life.
Very simple. Why?
Tamarind Hall. Let me tell you why he's on Tamarind Hall. The same motto that you went by
Very
is the reason you sitting there. Look how she's looking at him. That's the dumbest thing she has ever heard in her goddamn existence. My post on Patreon motivated you to get into the stock market. That's what's up. Yep. Now, here's the problem. And I want people to see this and understand this. He's on Tamron Hall's show. Now, here's why he's on Tamron Hall. Because that mentality that he got, she was working at CNN. And she's walking by. She looks by the cubicle. It is Stephen A. Smith. She had just saw him on TV like about a couple weeks ago. She's like, wait a minute, what the hell? And why is he at a cubicle? He had gotten fired from ESPN in 2009, and he was working basically out of a job, just completely fired. They were paying out the rest of his contract, and he was gone. He didn't know what to do. So he was sitting on Tamron Hall, like him and Tamron Hall became friends. Like, what happened to you? Like, she was like, what's going on with you? And this was back in 2009. She couldn't believe it. She's like, wow, I can't believe this guy's sitting right here in this like cubicle. He was just on ESPN. Like, she was like, I just remember looking at him a couple weeks ago. What has happened? Why is Stephen A. Smith working here? A lot of y'all don't know he worked for CNN. He did little work for CNN. Just something he can keep the lights on. He was there for a couple months doing some freelance work. And then Skip Bayless dug him out of the dirt and brought him back. And he's been bootlicking ever since. And Tamron Hall is listening to this, and she's looking at him like, boy, do you know where I came from and where you came from? If I had your attitude of thinking, I would not be sitting in this chair. She's going like, I can give a damn about what my bosses do, as they can give a damn about how much money I think I can make them. I'm in it for me and my family. Give a damn what my bosses think. I'm not going to try to make my bosses as much money as possible and then hope they're generous because they see my efforts and reward me. That mentality has got you in the position you in right now. And what position is that? Begging them to do right by you, to your standards, as they pay a white guy who's never been at the network at all. In 1 year, he walked through the door getting more money than you've ever accomplished. Coming through the door. But your bootlicking philosophy got you shaking your head. I'm smart. No, you're a dumbass. And that message you tried to portray to all black folks as we looking at you is unreal, because you went on countless shows.
I wake up every day with two missions in mind. How do I make my bosses more money? And how do I get some of it?
And that's why you are in the boat you in. And most black folks don't relate to you, because that's the most dumbest statement anybody's ever heard. And nobody had to go to Harvard. Nobody had to go to Howard University, Yale, Princeton, to know that this is 100% the dumbest thing somebody could ever say. That is going to make sure you're going to stay in the dough and they're going to feed you off the scraps of their dinner table. Keep throwing food down for you till they let you go. So you got to understand the dilemma that one person is going through might not even be another. So this is why no one respects you, Stephen A. Because no one, you keep acting like black folks asked for you to do something for them. They did not. They didn't ask you for a goddamn thing. They didn't ask you for nothing. So now that we didn't ask you for anything, why are you acting like we owe you? So when Faison saw you, Faison saw you and was in disgust. That's what that was about. That was more about disgust than anything. People just had enough. Whenever it's somebody black, you attack. If it's somebody white, it's all right. If it's black attack, white's all right. That's your philosophy. Somebody white do something, it's got to be something wrong. Oh, well, we can't single out a whole race. We gotta just focus on this individual. We got to make sure we get them help. When it's white person, we got to get them help. Something's wrong. Johnny Manziel, oh, something's wrong. Oh, we just pray he gets the help he needs. Jim Irsay, Colts owner. Illegal substance control. Lied on Twitter and everything, talking about he wasn't drinking no more. He was in AA, got busted for DUI and everything else. Right? Had nothing to say about him. But you were so all over Josh Gordon, a 21-year-old kid who was having problems not smoking weed. He had an actual problem. It's like, how many times are you going to go through rehab? Enough's enough. Get rid of him. Get rid of a 22-year-old guy. But Johnny Manziel, oh, we just hope he gets help. Josh Gordon wasn't doing any crimes. He wasn't out there hurting people. He wasn't getting domestic abuse things. The NFL kept making excuses for Johnny Manziel till he got banned. They haven't even told the world what he done to get banned by the NFL. To this day, he hadn't even revealed that. To this day, nobody even know why Johnny Manziel is banned from the NFL. And then he done went on every show talking about how he's changed and done this and that, and he never covers why he was banned. And you know what Stephen A. said? Well, I just hope the brother gets some help. Black attack, white's all right. That's Stephen A.'s philosophy. If one black person do something, the whole race looks bad. Oh, this is us. This is what we do. One white person do something, well, we can't blame a whole race for one person's actions. White is all right. Black attack. And people have been seeing this countless times, and they just tired of it. So it wasn't really about OJ. This was just mostly about, they just tired of him doing this and finding an angle to try to attack black folks, alive or dead. OJ's dead. Why do you care about OJ Simpson now, Stephen A? Why does it matter to you who they honor and who they don't honor? Why? So let's listen to how a black man talks to a person like Stephen A. Smith.
The nerve to tell me the trial was televised for 6 months. Yeah, and so was the mother verdict. Did you not see the verdict? Or were you bad? Because when you grew up in that white family, y'all said, they lit them off, Ma.
Yo, what's up? This bruh man from the fifth floor, and you tuned in to Forgotten Kings TV.
Did it ever occur to anybody to remind yourself of the responsibility we have? I'm not blaming any of the folks there in the audience. They didn't know. And even though BET is owned by Paramount, it's still BET. Black folks everywhere, all up in there. And that's what we celebrate. We, as a community, are going to be held accountable for that.
See? We, as the black community, is going to be held accountable. When one black folk do something, the whole black people go down. Didn't I just say that? So now black people are going to be held accountable. To who?
This Stephen A. Smith, man, I don't know. Where do you come from? Do they groom you? Where the f do you come from? You mad because BT is celebrating OJ? Who else gonna celebrate him? Are you fucking stupid? He was found innocent in the court of laws, the white laws. But your dick nose is gonna go on talking about how, are you crazy? You would have did this, you would have did that. Where the f do you come from? Where the f do you come from? I've never seen some lazy house shit. You ain't even a house that's sucking the house. Who the f are you? That's what Kendrick's talking about. They are not like us. They are not like you. You don't talk about OJ. Are you crazy? You can't even.
Faison, God forbid, what if you passed away? Do I want you mentioned in the same breath as somebody who's widely considered to be an individual that got away with double murder? I didn't sit up there and say crucify the man. I didn't say talk about him like he's garbage. I didn't say any of those things. What I said is he doesn't need to be honored. He doesn't need to be mentioned in memoriam with other people who weren't accused of what he was accused of. And for that, I'm getting all of that. And on top of it all, where do they find you? Where do they make you? So now my blackness comes into play. So let me get this straight. I'm a sellout. I'm a no good, you know what? But the dude that was accused of double murder, which by the way, wasn't my major point. My major point was he didn't want any association with black people until he was indicted on double murder charges. He He didn't give a shit about us. I'm not black, I'm OJ. He said that. Jay-Z got it on the 444 album. What are you talking about?
Stephen asks. I'm gonna say this to man. It's actually sad because you don't understand the vomit you spew. You have no idea what the you're talking about. I mean, did you even really grow up with black people? Did you see the struggle? Because it sounds like, I mean, you was that guy that your daddy would bring you up to the park and you had on long white socks and he would be, hey, could you, my son, you know, he ain't used to being around real niggas. You play ball with him or show him a little something, and people like, get the f out of here. Take that long nose with you in his long ass socks. Or did you even grow up with a black man in the house? Were you adopted by a white family? Is that how you got that job? Because I don't know. You have no athleticism at all. I can beat you at any sport you name. Hockey, checkers, hopscotch, handball, badminton. How did you get that job, Stephen? Stephen A? Then you got to know the nerve to tell me the trial was televised for 6 months. Yeah, and so was the mother verdict. Did you not see the verdict? Or were you bad? Because when you grew up in that white family, y'all said, they lit them off, Ma. You are a disgrace. A disgrace. Then you got the nerve to quote Jay-Z? Like he's a bearer of light? Are you f***ing stupid? He been said, but I'm not black. I OJ. First of all, you misquoted him. Both of you ignorant ass straw niggas misquoted him. The exact quote is, I'm not black or white, I'm OJ. I'm an individual. God made me. God bless me as an individual. That's why they lost that case, because they was judging a black man and not the mother evidence. They got lost with being black. You see, no, I'm special. It's like all these children are special. They're all individuals. There's not two of nobody out here. Even twins are different. Judge me as OJ. Not just off the street or everywhere, because that's why it's shot. Because that's the same that came here last week. Stephen A, I know you ain't really raised in a black neighborhood or nothing like that, and they just lump us up at the same time, arrest you and slap you upside your head, put a gun to your head and say, you want to go home? I know you ain't never went through no shit like that. You were undercover, raised by white folks. I was raised by wolves.
Yep.
Hyenas. They had to get it.
Yep.
They had to get it. That's why my face is scrunched up. And next time you want to get out your black, I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna be black and I'm gonna show you who I is. Show me. Let's just say you beat me up. let's just say, you know what, Stephen A. Smith whooped my ass. What you gonna do about Willie D? Willie D, fighting his sleep. You knock me out, here come Willie D, straight from Popeyes. And you say, Willie D fighting his sleep, boy. I feel sorry for you. Because this is a culture, but we're all individuals. I was raised in the culture, nigga. I was raised in it, nigga. All of it. The educational side, the street side, all of it. The dope side, all of it. You sitting over there, wherever the f you from, judging mother on shit you don't know of.
Oh, man.
Y'all know the MREC room etiquette. Peace. You now tuned in.
That was classic. Shouts out to Forgotten Kings. Oh, man, that was classic, man. Stephen A., stay down, man. Stay down. You messing with real niggas. They not cared about algorithms and all of that. They gonna let you know that philosophy of yours don't work. You haven't said jack, not one word about JJ Redick when he talking about, dog, a black man who had JJ Redick's resume will never be a head coach in the NBA. You know that, and I know that. You ain't opened your Tom mouth to say anything about it. Yeah. That's the mentality we're in right now. Everybody is so programmed and controlled, they don't realize nothing they think of is worth it. You let a white man sit you on the floor and talk to you, and that's a white man that's beneath you. You the executive producer and manager of the show, and you let a white man come in there and sit you on the ground and chastise you like a little boy. Unbelievable. Right. KB even brought that up. Kwame Brown brought it up and explained it to the world and was like, can you believe this mother sucker right here? How do you even call yourself a man after allowing that to happen? And Kwame had played my clip from my video, or he was responding to it because I think I sent it to him, my video, and he watched the whole thing. And he was in disbelief. He just like, I can't believe he did that. He come late to work one time and they do this to him.
3 bars.
Well. What do we have here, Stevie boy? goodness. How y'all doing out there today? How y'all doing in the chat? This made my day go beautiful.
Yep. Made everybody.
Yeah, man. This made my day. How y'all day going? How y'all day going? Because this right here made my day. Shout out to my boy Carcino for Life did this video first and sent it to me, and I laughed so hard. Oh my goodness. Golly. I can't believe it, but I can. Oh, yard boy. Oh, yard boy. This is a $12 million a year man laying down on the floor. Oh, yard boy. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Yep, y'all can hear me. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Stevie boy, why do you have to sit down on the floor just because you were late for work? Now, we already had a dude go up there to the White House and tongue kiss Joe Biden's pissy, duty-stained nails and duty-stained hands. We done had a dude go up there and do that. And did y'all see Joe Biden get lost on stage again? Oh, my God. Hey, look here, man. That's doggone elderly abuse at this point. This ain't right, man. The man don't know where the hell he going, where he at. He got to have somebody. How the president of the United States of America got to have somebody guide them everywhere? Man, that's crazy. But back to you, Stevie boy. Stevie boy, how and why in the world are you sitting down on the floor? Do tell. Yeah, I stopped at that damn gas station on my way to leave. Like, this is crazy, man. This man supposed to be a boss. This man supposed to be the number one man. This is how they treat you, right? This man said he got the number one show, and that's the best show ever, and they just need him. Oh, I gotta turn around. Are you coming out or not? Like, damn, you can't drive. You're such a this lady. All she had to do was go. I ain't never seen nobody like this. When all you had to do is pull out. If I'm turning in, why didn't you pull out? Let me go this way. She goes slow. But you supposed to have number one show, Stevie boy. This is how they treat you, Stevie boy. This is why the show ain't number one because of you. Because it was, they put you more. So they numbers, anybody can get those numbers, Stevie boy. Anybody can get them numbers, Stevie boy. I'm in the Matrix. Let me get down. I don't know why I'm in the Matrix. Shit, I got like 3 bars. Mic going bad. Let me try to start over.
Yep, that's what happens. They all come with that sabotage when you start telling them the truth. When you start hitting the truth, all of a sudden, this don't work. That don't work.
Is it good now? My mic good now? We Gucci? Okay, I'm good. Bet. I'm in the country. But yeah, man, this is a god doggone shame, man. At 2 days in a row, back to back, they got these men embarrassing everybody. Stephen A. Smith, if you was the #1 guy and you had the #1 show for this long, there's no reason for you to be sitting on the floor just because you was late to work. This is how you treat a chump. You's a chump, Stephen A. Did they make you mop the floor and got the trash too? A $12 million man that got the #1 show sitting down on the floor, looking up at the white man. He clapping his hands at him, pointing. They had you doing push-ups the last time next to a woman, and then your little soft self saw a woman do 20 push-ups, and you stopped at 20. I mean, goodness gracious, Stephen A. How many times do they got to embarrass you on TV before you just stay on your channel?
Mm-hmm.
How many times they got to embarrass you? You having a push-up competition with a woman, and she damn near beat you. Like, what is wrong with you, man? Do you know how this set us back? And then you're going to try to pick up that black jacket. You know that little civil rights jacket you got? That black jacket that you wore when you threw your fist in the air? You're going to try to pick up that jacket and talk strong. This is why they got you talking about all the black players. But when you get around white men, you got to do this. You got to sit on the ground. They ain't even give you your chair. They ain't even give you your goddamn chair back. Golly. Oh, man. I told you. After what old boy did, I'm albino. This is my second day of being albino. But I think I'm going to be albino for the rest of the goddamn week. I'm going to be albino for Father's Day. Shit. This going to be my first Father's Day that I ain't black. I'm albino for 2 more days. Tack on 2 more days after seeing this shit. I would not be represented by black men that act like this. So for 2 more days, I'm albino. This was my second day after the first stint. Tack on 2 more days. I'll be back black on Monday. I'll be black again Monday. First thing Monday. But this right here, boy, golly, man. Mad, this dude right here, Stephen A was on the show longer than him. And this man get to stand up and point at you, get you to do little tricks and flip or hit. They might well just tell Stephen A to come in the show and just roll over. Yeah, I'm going on strike. I ain't black no more. I ain't black today. I'm albino till Monday. I identify as Sammy Sosa until Monday morning. Whatever Sammy Sosa turned into, that's what I want to be till Monday. God damn it. You can't get mad at me. This done been done before. If you don't like something that you see, you change it. And I don't feel like, doing all that to my body. So I'm just going to identify as Sammy Sosa till Monday. Now, I hope nobody don't do nothing else. Because this is crazy, man. Oh, making all those black men look weak and shit, sitting all down. This is why I won't take no job. This is why I haul dirt right now. My life is dirt. This is why my life is dirt. Because ain't no way in the hell you going to have me come into work and in front of everybody. I got to sit on the floor, cross my legs, Indian style, damn near, and sit there and pout like I'm in the corner. This is a grown-ass man with churn. And he got to sit on the floor like this. Man, ain't no goddamn on way, boy. I'd have been like, get on the floor. Get your mother. Man, I'd have went crazy and now get on the. What do you mean, get on the floor? Get your ass on the floor. Send me home for the day then. That's what I'd take as a punishment. Send me home today.
And that's how it is, man. Don't forget to go to supporting KB, man, all the way. What's up, Ace? Mother Nature. What's up, Mother Nature? She said, I am, what she said, on the road, over the road, female truck driver. Never catch the live stream. You helped me on a long drives. Love you. Oh, we love you too, Mother Nature. Go ahead and do your thing out there on the road. I'm glad you get to help people with all that dead time and everything out there on the road. Yeah, we get a lot of love from the truck drivers. Oh yeah, the truck driver community, man, we all a part of that. We was showing people how to help them get their CDL license and get out there and get on the road. And how you got to go out there and fight for the truckers, the union, and what's happening right now with transportation is crazy right now. But that's a business that America is going to need forever. You're going to need transportation. You're going to need to get this from point A to point B, because you ain't finna be in Chicago and drive to Seattle to go pick up nothing. So I'm going to tell you that right now. You definitely need the truckers out there. You got to support it. So when them truckers unions are out there fighting for their rights, they fighting for a reason. Now, most of these Democrats are not fighting for the truckers. I can tell you that right now. They are not fighting for transportation. They are trying to cut jobs as much as they can. But the transportation business is one that's going to be needed. That is a needful trade. It's always going to be available, like landscaping. I don't know, man. There's so many like weird things. Oh no. It's often been like that. So I got to get up here and get things started. So it's a lot I got to do. Got to get the Patreon up and running. I kind of gave people time off because of the holidays from my Patreon. I gave y'all like 2 days to go and just watch the videos and get caught up with everything. So I loaded y'all up for the weekend. So on Monday, I'm going to hit y'all with the videos that we already got prepared for y'all on the Patreon. And for YouTube, we'll be back. We're going to do the power review today. So hopefully y'all ready for that. And we out. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life, Ticket TV, Dreamers Pro, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Welcome to HDII TV, Armando Black TV, Star Report.